S.M.D. Gauss worked as Senior Professor and Head of Physics Department at New College, Chennai. Before joining New College, he worked at C. Abdul Hakim College, Melvisharam in Vellore district as Physics Teaching Faculty. He served 36 years as Physics Faculty for UG and PG. After retirement, he worked for 4 years as Head of Physics Department in SRM institutions. He also served as Teaching Faculty of Physics for 1 year at Saudi Arabia. His areas of interest are thermal physics and electricity. He studied BSc Physics from New College, post-graduation in Annamalai University and completed his MPhil at Presidency College, Chennai. He has presented and published 4 papers in crystal growth in national journals.
Welcome to UGC series of lectures in Physics Dynamics 8. Today we are going to discuss about laws of collision, elastic and inelastic collision, final velocities of the bodies after elastic collision, loss of kinetic energy due to the inelastic collision and problems. What do you mean by collision? First of all, two particles when physically strikes or if the path of one is influenced by the other, it is called a collision. In physics, collision means two bodies need not strike each other, even it need not physically touch each other. If the path of one is influenced by the other, it is called a collision. When two bodies collide, they exert force on each other. The force, they are equal and opposite according to Newton's third law of motion. Now, I am going to tell you the laws of collisions. There are 3 laws of collision. I am going to tell these 3 laws of collision. Elastic and inelastic collisions between particles. The total momentum of the bodies after impact measured along the common normal must be equal to their total momentum before impact measured along the same direction. The total momentum, you know what is momentum? Momentum is the product of the mass and velocity. Now, let me take two bodies of mass m1 and m2. They are moving with initial velocities u1 and u2. After collision, they attains velocities, first body gets the velocity v1 and second body gets the velocity v2. Then according to first law of collision, the total momentum before collision is equal to the total momentum after collision. Here momentum before collision is equal to momentum after collision, that is m1 u1 plus m2 u2 should be equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. This is the first law of collision. The second law of collision says the relative velocity of the spheres after impact along the common normal bears a constant ratio to the relative velocity before impact along the same direction and is opposite in sign. This constant ratio is known as the coefficient of restitution or coefficient of velocity, and it is denoted by the letter E. Now, here relative velocity of the bodies before collision is given by u1 minus u2. Then relative velocity of the bodies after collision is given by v1 minus v2. Then according to the second law of collision, this is called Newton's experimental law. So, here v1 minus v2 by u1 minus u2, this should be equal to minus E, that is negative sign. E is called coefficient of restitution or coefficient of elasticity. Now, this is V1 minus V2 is equal to minus E into U1 minus U2. This is second law of collision. The third law, there is no tangential action between the two spheres at the point of contact. From this, it follows that due to the impact, there is no change in the velocity of each sphere in a direction perpendicular to the common normal at their point of contact. I told you already, when the two bodies collide, forces are acting on each body which are equal and opposite according to Newton's third law. Now, this obeys the two laws of conservation. That is, what are the two laws? One is conservation of momentum, another is conservation of energy. Now, these laws are obeyed, we are getting the velocities of the bodies after collision. Now, here I am going to tell you what are the two types of collisions. One is elastic collision, another is inelastic collision. So, the elastic collision means when the bodies collide, then their kinetic energies are conserved, it is called elastic collision. That is, the kinetic energy before collision is equal to the kinetic energy after collision. This is called elastic collision. Now, the collisions of the subatomic particles are elastic collision, nearly elastic collision. The collision between glass or steel is nearly elastic. In elastic collision, both law of conservation of momentum and law of conservation of energy, both are conserved. Now, elastic collision in one dimension. Elastic collision in one dimension. Suppose, let me take two bodies of mass m1, body A m1, the body B m2. They are moving in the same direction with velocities. First one is velocity u1 and the second one is velocity u2. u1 is greater than u2. Then after some time they collide, they experiences head on collisions and they are travelling in the same direction in the with a same straight line. So, the new velocities will become v1 for A, for B it is v2. So, they are travelling in the same direction in the same straight line. This is called elastic collision in one dimensions. So, when it is an elastic collision, it obeys the two laws. One is conservation of momentum and another is conservation of energy. So, now what conservation of momentum says? Conservation of momentum, that is initial momentum is equal to final momentum. Now, initial momentum, I told you already, body is moving with the initial velocity u1, first body m1 mass, and the second body is moving with the velocity u2, their mass m2. So, initial momentum is equal to m1 u1 plus m2 u2. Then after collision, the initial final momentum will be m1 v1 plus m2 v2. So, this is the case. Same way, since it is an elastic collision, I told you elastic collision conservation of momentum is conserved and also energy is also, kinetic energy is also conserved. So, the kinetic energy, initial kinetic energy of m1 u1 squared plus of m2 u2 squared. Then final kinetic energy of m1 v1 squared plus of m2 v2 squared. Let me take the first equation. This is first equation, this is the second equation. Now, let me take the second equation. Here m1 u1 squared minus v1 squared is equal to m2 v2 squared minus u2 squared. This is equation 3. First equation, that is m1 u1 minus v1 is equal to m2 v2 minus v2 u2. This is equation 4. Dividing equation 3 by 4, we have got u1 squared minus v1 squared divided by u1 minus v1 is equal to v2 squared minus u2 squared by v2 minus u2. That is, this gives you u1 plus v1. This equation gives you u1 plus v1 plus u2 plus v2, u1 plus v1, u2 plus v2. This is equation 5. Then you are taking u1 minus u2 is equal to v2 minus v1. This is equation 6. That means, when the two bodies collide, the velocity with which the first body approach after collision is equal to the velocity with which it recedes back. So, here we are finding out the value of v2 is equal to u1 plus v1 minus u2. This is equation 7. Substituting this equation 7 in the equation m1, equation 1, that is m1 u1 minus v1, that should be equal to m2 v2 minus u2. This is equation 1, already I have told you. Equation 4 this is. Substituting the value of v2 in the equation 4, we are getting m1 u1 minus v1 is equal to m2 v1 minus u2 plus u1 minus u2. We are expanding this m1 u1 minus m1 v1 should be equal to m2 v1 minus m2 u2 plus m2 u1 minus m2 u2. So, here m1 v1 is taken in this direction. So, we are getting m1 plus m2 into v1 should be is equal to m1 minus m2 u1 plus 2m2 u2. So, here v1 is equal to m1 minus m2 u1 by m1 plus m2, then plus 2 m2 u2 divided by m1 plus m2. So, this is the velocity of the body after collision, first body. Then similarly, v2 is equal to m2 minus m1 by m1 plus m2 into u2 plus 2 m2 u1 by m1 plus m2. This is the velocities of the bodies after collision. Now, case 1. Suppose m1 is equal to m2. So, when m1 is equal to m2, when you substitute here you will become v1 will become equal to u2, v2 will become u1. That is, after collision these bodies are exchanging their masses. Then that is the case 1. Then case 2, u2 is equal to 0. v2 is equal to 0 means this will become v1 will become equal to ma, that is m1 minus m2 by m1 plus m2 u1. Then similarly, v2 will become 2ma by ma plus mb into u1. So, this is the case of elastic collision. Then inelastic collision, what is inelastic collision? Suppose when the two bodies collide, when the kinetic energies are not at all conserved, this is called inelastic collision. Normally, whenever there is collision, there is loss of kinetic energy. This loss of kinetic energy causes inelastic collision, but the linear momentum is conserved here. The linear momentum is always conserved here. So, here suppose if you take two bodies when they collide, normally final collision the velocities, the second body will just stick with this body. That means, this is called a special case of inelastic collision, or this is called plastic collision. For example, when a bullet is fired, on a wooden block, this is embedded in that block. So, that is embedded in the block. So, this is a special case, it causes heat energy or sound energy like that. Now, let me take two bodies that they are moving with velocities UA, initial velocities. First body is having a mass MA, and the second body is moving with a mass MB, second body mass of MB moving with a initial velocity UB. Then when they collide with each other, then their momentum will become MA UA plus MB UB. Then after collision, when they collide, they stick together, they are proceeding with a common velocity V, and the composite body mass is equal to MA plus MB into V. Composite body is equal to so much. So, in this case, what we are having MABV. So, here V is equal to, here velocity V is equal to MA UA plus MB UB divided by MA plus MA UA MB UB MA plus MB. So, we can find out the velocity, final velocity, by knowing the masses and their initial velocities. So, this is this case. Now, here suppose UB, the second body is at rest, UB is equal to 0, means this will become, V will become MA UA divided by MA plus MB. So, this is the case. Now, in the case of kinetic energy, now kinetic energy, first body kinetic energy is equal to kinetic energy EK1. Kinetic energy will become of kinetic energy mass MA, velocity is equal to UA squared, because UB is equal to 0, UB is equal to 0. Kinetic energy of the second body EK2, this is of MA plus MB into V squared, MA plus MB into V, because it is having a common velocity V. So, this is now become EK2 by EK1 is equal to MA by MA plus MB. So, this is EK2 by EK1 is less than 1. That means, kinetic energy before collision is greater than kinetic energy after collision. So, there is loss of kinetic energy which appears in the form of heat energy. Then problems. I have discussed elastic collision and inelastic collision. Basing on that, I am going to give a problem. A smooth sphere of mass 4 kilogram moving with a velocity of 8 meters per second impinges directly on a smooth sphere of mass 5 kilogram moving in the same direction with a velocity of 4 meters per second. Find the velocities of the spheres after impact. Calculate also the loss of kinetic energy due to the impact and the impulse of the blow on the sphere of smaller mass E is equal to 0.5. Now, in this problem, the momentum conservation of momentum is there, that is the ball is moving with a velocity that is smaller mass, m1 is equal to 4, m2 is equal to 5. Now, here the velocities v1 and v2 are the velocities. Here that is equal to 4 v1 m v1 plus 5 v2 is equal to 4 into 8 plus 5 into 4, that is 32 plus 20, that is equal to 52. So, 4 v1 plus 5 v2 is equal to 52. This is according to law of conservation of momentum. The second case, according to Newton's experimental law, we know that v1 minus v2 is equal to, that is minus E is equal to already given, E is equal to already given as 0.5. So, this is 0.5 into u1 minus u2, u1 is equal to 8, u2 is equal to 4. So, 8 minus 4, that is minus of this, you are getting minus 2. Now, from this we are finding out the value of v1 and v2. Here v1 is found to be 14 by 3. Solving this, v2 is equal to 20 by 3. Then loss of kinetic energy before collision, that is half into 8, mass is equal to 8, v squared, that is u squared is equal to, that is half into 8 into 4, that is 8 squared into 4 plus half into second body is having mass 5 into 4 squared, sorry 5 squared into, so that is this thing. Finally, you are getting the loss of kinetic energy before collision is equal to 168 joule. Then kinetic energy after collision, kinetic energy after collision is equal to half into 14 into 14, that is 196 by 9 into v squared, that is 14 by 14, m is equal to that is 5 plus half into 400 by 9. Kinetic energy before collision, that is half into mass is equal to 4 into 8 squared plus half into mass is equal to 5 into 4 squared, that is 168 joule. Kinetic energy after collision, half into 196 by 9, mass is equal to 4 plus half into 400 by 9 into 5, then you are getting 1392 by 9. So, loss of kinetic energy is equal to 168 minus 1392 by 9, you are getting 40 by 3 joules. Then impulse is equal to m into v minus u, that is m is equal to mass of the smaller mass 4 into 14 by 3 minus u is equal to 8. Finally, you are getting minus 40 by 3, that is the impulse. Summary: in this lecture we have discussed about laws of collision, elastic and inelastic collision, final velocities of the bodies after elastic collision, loss of kinetic energy due to inelastic collision and problem basing on that. Questions: state the laws of collisions. What is the difference between elastic and inelastic collision? 3. Derive an expression for the velocities of the two bodies after collision in one dimension. 4. So that there is loss of kinetic energy when the two bodies undergoes inelastic collision. With this, we have come to the end of this lecture. Thank you very much.